Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in for our instant post-match reaction. A massive 3 points for Liverpool tonight, chat. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and put your bell notification on as well, so always do get notified. But yeah, please have all had a fantastic Christmas. This is all that we wanted and we wished for when we all sat down and had our Christmas dinner. 3 points were a massive must, in all honesty, chat. Obviously, the results that went Liverpool's way, obviously, would have been nice if Brentford could have took an extra point off Spurs, but even still, a very hard-earned draw for Brentford, in all honesty. Yes, they were winning 2-0, but we've seen a lot of things transpire through, not just this season, but the last couple of seasons, when results have gone favourable in terms of Liverpool's way. And today was one of those days, in all honesty. As I said, Tottenham dropping points. It is a battle for top four this season. If we get into the back end of the season, whatever happens. But I think the priority, as we know, Jurgen Klopp, all of us have said, the way we started this year. But given that result, it was massive and integral, really, that Liverpool come into this game, really. And at a ground that is sometimes been a bit of a frustration, in all honesty. Obviously, that great result that Liverpool had when we did win the Premier League all those years ago, coming back from 2-1 down, 1-0 down, sorry, against Villa, and obviously Andy Robbo getting a goal on that night as well, and obviously Sadio Mane glanced header. But big up there, Brian, as well. Panov, how are we doing, chat? Make sure you get your comments in, everyone. Let me know your thoughts on the game, most importantly. I'm more bothered about that. And as I said, we've had a great Christmas. It's a very mixed bag, in all honesty, chat. I watched that with my dad downstairs. And as I said, it was a bit of a mad one. First, I've got to mention Darwin Núñez. As I said, there will be people, and of course, this game, and if this game went a certain other way, then sounds, we can come away from this game if Núñez was missing those chances, which he has missed opportunities tonight. But the main thing I come away from this game, and I don't know how you feel, chat, I'd be more concerned if Darwin Núñez wasn't getting into that area of space, wasn't getting away from centre-halves. He's creating space, and that's the most important thing. Obviously, we want him to be scoring hat-tricks, but he could, on another night, if Everton fell his way and he had his shooting boots on, I think he would have got like 5-6 goals in that game tonight. But as I said, I've spoke to a lot of yous off camera as well, and we all spoke about that first season for Luis Suarez when he broke into that Liverpool team. You had Luis Suarez going through on goal, and how many shots did Luis Suarez drag ever so wide in that first season? Just saying, even if Núñez has half of the year in which Suarez has had in a Liverpool shirt when he was at his peak, he'll have a decent season anyway. But for me, coming away from that game, yes, we've won 3-1. It was fantastic. But I'd be more concerned, for me personally, let me know your thoughts on that. As I said, more bothered of what you think. But for me, he's getting into those right areas. And I think it will come when the penny does drop for Darwin Núñez in front of goal. I think he will get big. There's going to be one game this season or over the next 12 months where he just absolutely bangs in about 5-6 goals within a game. Because I tell you what, Liverpool are creating chances, and that's the priority. And I said it was a very hard-earned victory. We grinded it out. Obviously, Villa, well, we'll start on the first half anyway. Obviously, Salah getting the goal. But let me know your thoughts on that, everyone, in general. Big up there, Tom, as well. And as Brian said, hope you've all had a great day. As I said, mate, most important, I'm hoping you all had a fantastic time with the family and your friends. And as I said, just make the best of what you can, in all honesty, everyone. So, as I said, I hope you looked after yourselves, most importantly. But big up there, Tom. Big up the Egyptian King. Obviously, he was in Dave's chat. As I said, I was watching Dave. So if you haven't seen Dave's post-match, please do head over. I think he might be live now. If not, then make sure you do head over to his post-match reaction show. I was watching and I was agreeing 100% with Dave, what he had to say. So go and check it out. Drop it a like as well and show your support to Dave and the lads. Wins, all that matters. 100% there, Brian. Great first half. This from Panov. Great first half, Jack. Second half, we gave them too much of the ball. Núñez played well. The goals will come. He still needs time. 100% there, Panov. And That's how I'm feeling, panel. And I think the majority, but as I said, it's the modern day football fans now. They want everything instantaneously. If Nunes was banging in all these shots, then Christ, we'd have one of the best bloody strikers in the whole of European football. Nunes, he's getting 3-4 chances a game. It's if you watch any top class or top quality forward, they always miss opportunities. You look at Messi, Ronaldo, even at their peak, they were missing opportunities. But yeah, it's when the penny drops to Darwin, he's getting bloody man of the match every single bloody week. And I think the priority as well, chat, I was saying to my dad, Liverpool at the minute, we're missing Bobby, we're missing Jota, and we're missing Luis Diaz as well. If we threw those three players into the mix as well today, then we'll be sound. I think there'll be a lot less pressure on Nunes' shoulders, of course, with the price tag, the money we signed him for. For anyone that comes and signs for Liverpool, there's always going to be that pressure. But for me, in all honesty, I think if once Nunes comes back, obviously it's a couple of months, but I think the main player for me personally, chat, is those games, and even in the last 12 months where Liverpool have struggled, but we've got the result over the line. I think statistically, when you look at the amount of big goals and big chances that Jota has converted in a Liverpool shirt since he signed from us from Wolves, he is that key player. I think even when you get to like the 1-0s within games, he's always scoring the big goals. But I think once Jota's back, we don't want to risk him, which is the most important thing. Bring him back when we can. But I think once Jota comes back, whether, and I think we will, chat, let us know, do you think Jurgen will shift Darwin to that left-hand side? Because even the second half, when we got a bit more space, when Villa were trying to push out, when we got to 3-1, sorry, then Nunes, as we said, we've all watched Nunes since he's been in Liverpool shirts. He's more favoured coming off that left-hand flank. Even at his time at Benfica, that's his more natural game. And even if he takes a couple of more weeks or months to get very much settled in that central area, or just getting used to his teammates, the most important thing as well. So, yeah, it will. When the penny drops for Darwin Nunes, he will be unstoppable as well. And you can do that when we're winning 3-1 and we were creating so many chances as well. But let me know your thoughts on that, everyone. Tom just saying hello. How are we doing, chat? Merry Christmas, Gary. How are we doing? I'm back in star when he will score a lot of goals. Torres was poor, ended up with 33 goals as well. The main thing, Gary, is Luis Suarez as well, mate. Obviously not comparing both players because they're very different. But I think in terms of when Suarez did start in that first year for Liverpool, he was dragging a load of shots wide. Yes, he was getting the odd goal here and there, but I think Nunes, if you look at his percentile in terms of goals per ratio or plus assists, I think he's in like 98 percentile or like just over. So even you combine goals and assists. So as I said, the worrying issue, which it isn't the case, is if Nunes wasn't making those runs, wasn't getting in those 6-yard box areas, but he is. And we've got no... And even Jurgen Klopp said after the post-match, he's had Lewandowski, he's had a lot of very talented forwards. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp in his management career as well, even Mane, Salah, when they've went through their rough patches as well. So it'll be good. It'll be good. All good. And we will be getting on Andy Robertson as well. Statistically, Andy Robbo, which is fantastic. I think he's broke the Premier League assists for a defender. And that is absolutely phenomenal stuff by Andy Robertson. As I said, put him in the background as well because, as I said, we're very blessed. I don't think any of us anticipated an £8 million left back to come in and have the impact. That just goes to show the great recruitment from Liverpool in terms of the backroom staff as well. Most importantly, that he's come in and just the sheer impact he's had. Obviously, his time at Hull, I think when they were in the Premier League, probably isn't wrong there, but obviously they got relegated. But he's ridiculous. He has, for the last 3, 4, 5 years since he's been in Liverpool shirt, easily one of the most consistent left backs in the whole of Europe. And yeah, they had, I think it was a drop off about 6 months ago, but as I said, that coincided with quite a lot of players, not just Andy Robinson's performance as well, but he's been in the top three of Liverpool's most consistent players over the last 4 to 5 year period as well. He's been absolutely a breath of fresh air down that left-hand side, especially when we transitioned from having Alberto Moreno, and then obviously Andy didn't get straight into the starting squad, did he? He was having, he played the game, dropped, Moreno come in, and then as soon as Moreno, I think he got injured or he was out of form anyway, Moreno, Andy's come in and he's never looked back, in all honesty, and we're very blessed to have him. And as I said, long may it continue, Reds, as well, because as I said, I think he's got like that in like 100 less games as well. And surprise, surprise, I don't think Trent's that far behind Andy Robbo as well. I tell you what, by the end of Trent's career, chat, I think, obviously Trent's only 23. I think he's just turned 24, is he, Trent? Well, happy birthday, Trent, if he has. But yeah, it's quite remarkable. Andy and Trent, there's a lot more assists to come. And as I said, though, the way they linked up very well today, chat. I think the main goal. Oh dear. Then absolutely murdered me, mate, Jay. Jay, you can tell he doesn't watch my post match. You should know, Jay. So if you're watching, I'm gonna get absolutely fuming at you, lad. Bear with me 1 second there, chat. But yeah, Andy Robbo, their link-up play from Liverpool today was absolutely superb and absolutely phenomenal, in all honesty there, everyone. But Brian, Diaz out, Jota out, Bobby out, Nunes is playing. With new players every week and stuff really matters. Knowing your patterns and play with people every day, 100% there, Brian. Panov, Salah, Mr. Loads and scores loads. Nunes can do the same, 100% there, Panov. Good evening, Doug. Doug, I'm very surprised. You love your puns. You could have at least put good evening. Come on, Doug. I expected better from you, lad. But I hope you had a good holiday period, Doug, and every single one of yous. Happy Christmas. There we go. Happy Christmas to chat as well. Robbo is a machine. Oh, he's absolutely remarkable. There was when a few of our fan base were writing. That was when a few of our fan base were writing Robbo off Jack as well. Panov, yeah. Lucky enough, Jurgen Klopp and the technical staff and people running the club know a bit more than all of us fans, in all honesty, as well, mate. Yeah, that's a breath of fresh air when you go from Alberto Moreno, no respect to the lad, but he's not even half of what Andy Robinson was and is currently playing at. It's remarkable. But big up there, Henry, as well. I did, thank you, Henry, as I said. Apologies I wasn't doing a live stream watch along tonight. I was just spending time with the father downstairs watching the game, as I said. So normal service will be resuming in terms of the post-match, well, and the live stream content as well. But Talio Jug as well. I did go Evening Jack Live, great win. I did predict a 3-1 win for Liverpool this evening, chat. Just keep Nunes on the left wing because he will never hit the levels Mane. It's the thing though, King, if we compare, you can never compare what Mane and Darwin Nunes, because when you look at Mane's game at the early stage of his Liverpool career, even at his time at Southampton, it's difficult. They're completely different players for one, and in all honesty, and I think when you look at Mane's game over the last 2-3 years, when he's matured a lot more in the game, yeah. But yeah, don't compare them, King. As I said, two completely different players anyway. But big up there, chat. As I said, quickly get straight to my notes as well. Spoke about Robbo and the brilliance in which he done as well today, breaking that record. Salah, brilliant goal, brilliant build up as well, and that Trent pass, Jesus. I'd say Jesus, but we're so used to it, aren't we, chat? We're very blessed that we've got a right back. Yes, everyone knows the frailties, not just Trent from a defensive point of view today, even in terms of the transition. I think Liverpool, and we all watched that tonight, we did get caught out, of course. That's the high octane pressing football in which Liverpool were doing. But I think if you can encapsulate that first 45-minute period for Liverpool, that was probably one of the best 45-minute periods we've had this season anyway, in all honesty. And I'm just saying there was a VAR check for Arsenal for a potential penalty handball. And I'll tell you what, as I said, West Ham, if they can keep this, get a result for against Arsenal, that'd be a great result for us, in all honesty. But yeah, as I said, great first 45-minute period. Virgil van Dijk with it. I think, chat, what we're saying, Van Dijk is goal or not. But I tell you what, if it goes, I know it's gone down, but the dubious goals panel. But for me, what a strike. Even if it gets taken off him anyway. But that's Virgil van Dijk's goal for me, chat. I think that's one thing we'd like to see from Virgil and a lot of our centre-halves when they play. A bit more aggression in terms of the aerial play from Liverpool, attacking set pieces. But in all honesty, if Virgil van Dijk's going to finish or have strikes inside the 6-yard box like that with his left foot, then there's a lot of promise, really, in all honesty. I'll tell you what, if that was Salah or a Nunes or another attacking player, then we'd be bloody waxing lyrical. But the fact that Virgil's had that technique, got the ball out of his feet quite quick, and especially with, I think it was with his left foot as well. Still a very good goal. Yes, it took a deflection, but to have that quality and especially getting that power on it generated from a standing position, absolutely superb. And as I said, great first 45-minute period, chat, as well. And then when you go into the second half, where can we stand anyway? This is a shade for me, chat. Let us know your thoughts on the second half, that period, before we got our third goal. It was typical Liverpool this season, I'd say, chat. As I said, I think, of course, Liverpool, and it's that mental switch that I was very frustrated with watching it with my dad tonight. I was like, this, and he was going, what's happening? I was like, it all comes from a mental standpoint. Yes, I get Liverpool want to be a bit more reserved, allow Villa, and of course, Villa, the home team, they're going to have a period of dominance within this game. It's, you can't do that in the Premier League for me. I think, obviously, you can allow 5-10 minute periods, but that went on for far too long, in my own honesty. Obviously, you got a disallowed goal, Ollie Watkins, quite rightly so. It was offside in the 46th minute, but an Ollie Watkins ball drifted in from Douglas Luiz. It was a very good ball to the back stick, and it was just... And then you're looking at yourself, and we're all looking at each other, watching it in the pub or wherever, with your family, you're like, bloody hell. Like, but the good thing is, Liverpool did make a raft of changes. Obviously, Naby come on, Elliott come on, Bajcetic, Gomez come on as well. So it's those substitutions, and fair credit has to go to the young lads as well. Even Bajcetic, talk about Bajcetic coming on in that second half period, chat. Come on in the 79th minute, really impacted the game, and what I loved, and it's a hallmark of what Jurgen Klopp does best with the top young talent in which he inherits within this squad. Gets them into the team, and they absolutely pull up trees, in all honesty, don't they, chat? But Jota will be on the left. Nunes will be central when Suarez... Nunes will be central for Uruguay as well, Gary. No, I think he won't, Gary, from me personally. I think... Suppose, obviously, no, Nunes is the number 9, but I think for getting Nunes into the squad, I think... Letting me know what Gary's had to say there. I think it will be Nunes on the left and then Jota through the middle. But that's the thing. The versatility from all Liverpool's attackers. I think we've seen Harvey Elliott as well. As I said, excellent substitutions by Jurgen Klopp. At first, and I think all of us done it went, oh, it's 2-1 and he's just took off Trent. But it absolutely shut me up, and it shut quite a lot of us up going. Looked to me dad and went, fair play. Because I was like, the way that game was transpired, but the substitutions, especially on the 79th minute, bringing Bajcetic on and Gomez, stabilised us a lot more from a defensive structural point of view as well. And even Gomez going forward, there was a couple of balls quite deep as well, and that goal come from a great counter-attack, in all honesty, really. Bajcetic, that touch, I think that is world-class from Bajcetic. The way in which he just dragged it away from the composure from the youngster anyway. A lot of players would have shot straight away, but no, he took that touch, dragged it away from the centre where the Villa defender, and obviously he had that composure at the elite level. Obviously, I think he put it through the legs of Mings, if I'm right. But yeah, very impressed with him, and even Ben Doak, obviously coming on, I think with the first touch, he dropped his shoulder, and everyone was like, oh, bloody hell. I've got all hopes for him as well. That's the important thing, chat, as well. We've got Jurgen Klopp. He knows, and even at his time at Dortmund and even at Mainz as well, bringing in youngsters, he knows when the right time is to bring in his players. If there is a day, hopefully there is in the next couple of years or next couple of months, you never know, in terms of the development of Ben Doak. When he gets his opportunity, Jurgen Klopp will know exactly when and how and where to bring him in certain games. And especially when you're winning, and if the results hopefully do progress off the back of this result, that's the most important thing I think it is, chat. Obviously, I think that's our third consecutive win for Liverpool this season, I think, in the Premier League. So that's a first, which is great. It's a great start, but there's a long way to go. And I think Jurgen Klopp said that himself. But there's a lot of positives to come away from Liverpool. Yes, that little period in the second half, but the main thing for Liverpool tonight, chat, is we are creating. We've never had a problem with that over the last 3 to 4 years. Just in certain elements of the games and certain moments, we just need to be a bit more clinical. And I think once we do that, as the chat's already alluded to, once we get Jota back, once we get certain other players back as well, then it allows us to rotate. And Ox as well, to final point as well, chat. We'll be live with the 1892 Reds TV as well in a little second, so make sure you head over there and join the lads. But Ox, as I said, I've been one of Ox's biggest I've criticised him quite a lot, and I want to see more from him. And we know he's going to leave Liverpool come what the end of his contract. But he still had a job to do down that left-hand side. He preoccupied the space very well from a defensive point of view as well. Tracked back, never allowed his head to go down. And we've seen a lot of players when they've had the opportunity for Liverpool, especially at the end of the careers. But Ox was absolutely everywhere tonight, chat, as well. Especially in that first opening 45-minute period where Liverpool were all over Villa, in all honesty. And Ox had a massive part to play in that. And even in the second half as well, when he did get substituted off for Harvey Elliott, he done his job well tonight. And it'd be interesting to see if he does get that next opportunity going forward. Ox will be playing down that left. Absolutely superb. But get to everyone's comments as well before we do shoot off. Trent was back to his best creativity first half, 100% there. Brian, we all know if Trent is playing like that every single game, of course he's going to have a dip in form, and a lot of Liverpool players will. But I think when Liverpool play at our best is when our fullbacks play at their best, in all honesty, and we know that. But yeah, absolutely spot on. But yeah, big up there, Henry, as I said. Look after yourself anyway. Jota will be on the left. Brian, Salah only here for another 2.5 years. But we do well, Panov, as I said. And obviously, I think, was it chat? He's level, Salah, with Kenny Dalglish as well, which is quite remarkable. I think both Kenny and Salah were a very long way off Ian Rush. It's just mad when you compare, obviously, Rush's records. It's ridiculous. Like 300 goals plus, which is remarkable. But big up there, chat. King, as I said, we have to start with the negativity, mate. We just won 3-1. I understand, and we've said this over the past as well, mate. And but the most important thing is we're winning 3 points, and whatever happens, come what the end of the season happens, and we still got a window. You never know. 1 or 2 players could move into Liverpool, and that'd be great. I think it'd be dependent on if Liverpool can move 1 or 2 of those players out. But in all honesty, chat, that's what we wanted. 3 points in Liverpool, and that's the most important thing, as I said. Man of the match for me, Salah. But a lot of praise does have to go to a lot of those players tonight. Matip, superb. Alisson, standard. But hard-earned victory for Liverpool, as I said. But Pano, because of the injuries, we have Mike. That's a great options. Sometimes in football, things happen sooner than planned, and you have to grasp it as well. Can't argue with that, but I think we're all on the same page there as well, gents. It was just an impressive with his reaction to Digne getting revenge by clearing him up for the 5 minutes later, straight up, and we got on with it as well. As I said, and that's a little positive as well. Darwin Núñez for that fair goal as well. He was continuously trying as well. Got to the byline, pulled it back, and he set up another goal as well, which was absolutely superb. But chat, as I said, I'm going to be live with the 1892 Reds TV in a little second, so please do head over, support the lads, and we'll be back tomorrow for another live stream watch along anyway. But chat, have a lovely rest of your night. Massive thank you. The Reds have won. Happy days. That's the most important thing. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your night. Enjoy the family. And as I said, have a very rest of your festive period this evening. As I said, we'll be back live tomorrow for another live stream watch along. It's a double header tomorrow, chat, so stay tuned on the channel for that. See you later, everyone. And a massive thank you today as well, everyone. Big up, chat. Big up there, everyone.